All right, we should be good to go, I guess. Yo, does it work? Does it work? We back, yeah? All right. All right. Is it like super stuttery or is it okay? Is it watchable? Is it watchable? All right, we get another round of countryside stuff by requested, by popular demand. Yeah, don't take me too seriously, guys. I'm generally speaking not a, unless the topic is very serious. You think it works okay? Yeah. I'll watch the VOD basically. So sorry about that. I'm still figuring out those things basically. I bought like the cheapest of the cheapest thing. Yeah, it's really nice day. It's like 24 degrees apparently. And yeah, I changed into like shorts and a t-shirt basically. I was wearing like Siberian level of clothing either. It does get cold at night, colder, but not seriously. Yeah, so it will be a bit stuttery, a bit too stuttery still. I put the settings, like the stabilizing settings, a bit higher, but there's that much you can do about it. I mean, you just have to upgrade your gear at some point. I got like the cheapest of the cheapest stuff. So yeah, sorry about that. All right, so yeah, this is so the walk to the sushi joint. It's like one train stop. Ah, yeah, I can. I forgot to do it. I forgot where it is, but it's really. I know it. It looks ridiculous. I saw that in the. Just one moment. Let me figure out where. Display, no, overlays, text times. Okay, now it's gone, right? Now it's gone, right? Otherwise, it's really not that bad. Okay. Yeah, I saw it. The date really jumps around all over the place. It's fairly ridiculous. I forgot to turn it off. So yeah, it's like, I don't know, maybe 30-40 minute walk. So this is the, okay, well, that's not really like, there are not that many people. So this one is this is a cram school. That's a very funny English name. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's called the Mosa and NASA International English School. It makes me laugh every time I pass it. They're pretty funny. Yeah, so welcome to the Taiwanese countryside. Now it's really a bright day, so you can probably see things really clearly. So this is what it looks like. So she's selling betel nuts. Someday, not today, but someday I'll do some on stream. I'll show you what it is like. I'll show you the really local custom habits. Like I mentioned a few days ago, like it's really bad to your teeth, but I'll show you guys. You can have a good laugh. So yeah, there is. So the local 7, or one of them. agricultural whatever. There. Really interesting, right? The 7-Elevens here on the countryside are big. They're like really big. They're not like the ones you usually see if you watch those from the people going to cities and stuff. Those are small 7-Elevens. But the ones on the countryside are huge. We'll surely enter one soon enough. So. On my nightly test streams, you can see a few convenience stores. Yeah. But those are really dumb test streams. Probably delete the VODs. But yeah. So yeah, it's a really bright day now. This is probably since I started streaming this IRL stuff. So this is political ad. I'll spare you the details, but yeah. It's very different from, well, it depends. Well, it's different from Europe. Let's just leave it at that. Obviously there are similarities, but at the same time it's very different. But for some other... Yeah, so today you can see things very, very clearly. Today you can see things very clearly. So, that's what it looks like. Here are people living. So my plan is to, so I walk there, we'll get some sushi, and then I'll walk back. I walk back to, yeah. I'll learn that song. I'll learn it. You know, just for shits and giggles, right? You know, to enjoy you guys, entertain you guys with some funky Chinese music. So they sell squares there, obviously, and figs. For the meme, yeah. So 这个是武当山上帝庙。So Wudang-san. So there is a Wudang-san, some hill or mountain. So this is another one of them. I mean, there is one further away. This is the entrance, and then the god from that mountain. 对吧？ Yeah, dude, I used to be a bit of a karaoke legend a long time ago. I'm not shitting you. Like a legend among my friends, of course. You know, nothing. You know, not really, but like this is It can get like deep. This is well maintained actually. What is this? Green landscaping work of Tainan City. Okay. This is like, so I'm in the southern part of Taiwan. Got yourself some palm trees. It is like a bit over 10,000 kilometers, I think. It's not. It's actually not that far. You basically go a quarter of the globe. Like the Americas are further. They're like the opposite of the globe. Actually, if you would go like probably from Heathrow to here, there probably are direct flights. I mean, there are from Amsterdam. They stop in Bangkok basically, or in mainland China these days. Ho Chi Minh City as well these days. It used only to be Bangkok or Hong Kong. They stop and then from Bangkok it's because most people go to Thailand. They get off and then they get a new batch of people who are going to Taiwan. So it's much more profitable to stop there. That's the real reason actually. Oh, I only knew that, got to know that after I got here. Don't worry about it. Like. Then I learned that it's far away, but actually the Americas are further. I didn't know that before. Oh really? For the BBC based in China. Oh, that's a serious job. I mean, it is serious. I mean, you don't really. I mean, I know from the Dutch that the foreign correspondents that the level does not need to be high, which sounds extremely rude, but I'm not saying your cousin's level was not very high, but you know, after having been here for a fair amount of time, I can tell you that they don't really know what they're, you know. You know. Yo, Dweeb, what's up? It's you know, it's like almost an ideal job. However, there are some politics involved. I mean, if you're hired for a broadcasting company, no matter which one it is, you cannot say everything. It doesn't really matter if you're from the BBC or the Chinese Communist Party. I mean, the BBC has its own things as well. Although the BBC obviously is not too bad. Don't get me wrong on that. BBC is high quality, but still, it's, you know, it's still a broadcasting company. Yo, what's up, Dweeb? Welcome. So yeah, this is essentially where I'm gonna hang out the next few months. So the nearest city, the nearest big city, I will show you guys for sure. But I have to plan that a little bit in advance because it does take like around an hour to get there. It doesn't really matter how. I can bike there or how do you say? Or take a train. It doesn't matter. They're both equally convenient. But today was really, I didn't plan this at all. No, this is like, so this is let's have a quick look at the road. So this is the road. And I'm walking on, I think on the bike lane, yeah. Well, you can see a motorbike, a scooter coming, and he's on the road bike. So generally, it looks a bit weird, but it's actually pretty safe. People are used to that here. You can just walk here on the right side of the road. And you can be pretty sure that nothing will happen. Traffic here, as you can see, the roads are huge. But traffic is like, there is hardly any traffic in this area. So it's not an official walkway. This particular, the area where we soon we will have like a walkway. But this is just, yeah, a bike lane. So how the roads here work actually, oftentimes you have like 2 lanes or at least 1 lane. I'll show you. So you can see the signs there. See, you can see a bicycle and a guy in a scooter. So that's where you're supposed to stop. And here is 最基本车待转区. So if you come from there, you're supposed to stop here. and that's for bicycles and for scooters. And there you can see there is a separate lane for them, and there is a walkway as well. I'm not sure if you can see the lane. Yeah, there's this small one on the right. It is a separate lane for bicycles and scooters. And then there is one more right of them, but as you can see, there are cars parked there. And so this is a walkway. They have them sometimes and sometimes they don't. It's a bit, yeah, the planning is a bit different sometimes. So here on the left, here are 3 lanes, and the most left one, that's how it works here, is it says like forbidden for like slower vehicles, so meaning scooters or bicycles. So we are supposed, when you drive a scooter or bicycle, to drive here. And the faster stuff goes left, and it applies to all of them. And because they do that very consistently, although traffic can be really chaotic, it actually works out really well. It's pretty safe to bike here, because all the slow stuff goes on the right and the faster stuff goes on the left. And they religiously follow that, basically. So that's how it works. It's different from all other places I've been, basically. But it works, kind of. Although you have to be a bit careful, obviously. You don't want to hit by a car regardless of whatever. But yeah, so now we're on a walk. And as you can see, it's countryside. I'm not sure what they grow. Might be corn, might not be corn. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, as you can see, there's absolutely nothing going on here. Right. This is like, but it's pretty nice. I was telling you I was ill up to a few months ago. I'm still a bit ill, but much better, right? So, but then the countryside here is pretty okay. I mean, it's sunny and it's okay. Japan was nice. I really liked it there. It was 1 hour from Tokyo, but pretty countryside, and it was pretty nice. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Mr. Smooth Sanchez IRL? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the. Let's watch the Taiwanese countryside, aka a whole lot of nonsense, because nothing happens here apart from a bit of construction there. And yeah, welcome. So I will introduce myself a little bit. So I just started streaming this kind of stuff, but normally I stream some gaming and some language learning, because that's what I do sometimes. Yo, dweeb. Yeah, thanks. You love it, yeah? I will do many of them. I mean, if people like it. There is a lot of beautiful nature here. Here is still fairly developed, but you can go more countryside and it will be like, we can go to the real countryside. Here it's still different. Or in the mountains, although I'm not sure how well the internet connection will be in the mountains. But we can try that sometime, because the mountains here are very beautiful. But there is a problem, and they're like real mountains. They are like higher than in Europe, basically. When I was younger, I used to bike up them. There are like races that you can participate in, but they're also for like amateurs. And you can bike up like real mountains, like not like the Alpe d'Huez, but like real, much harder ones. Right? The Alpe d'Huez is pretty important, pretty famous in Europe. But so here there's some technology company will be there. Well, yeah, they're making that. Yeah. So Taiwan is basically like 80% mountain. And then on the east coast is hill, and the south is. There is a lot to see, really. So look, so this is what this part of the countryside essentially looks like. There are rice fields a bit further that way. I'll show you some other day. I think it's that way. I'm not sure. It's like some way. I have no sense of direction, but yeah, like you can get into the real hills. I'll show that soon. Like if I would get a bicycle and go for a bike, like I don't know, it's from here. It's maybe 10 kilometers or something. I think it's a bit less. Then you get into the real hills. They're not big mountains yet, but we're most definitely gonna walk around sometime there if you guys like it. It's very beautiful. I mean, you know, that's about it. So you can see here it's still somewhat developed. It's because there is a university nearby. That's one reason. And secondly, because we're going now to the high-speed rail station. That's actually where they have sushi. They put the high-speed rail station fairly far out of the city. So yeah. Yeah, the mountains. I'm not sure if that's streamable. It would be really nice. I mean, it's even nicer if you just go there for a holiday and do nothing. But you know, but you can also stream 2-3 hours and then do nothing, right? So there is, you know, there are little villages here and there, right? The outskirts of the city, yeah, it's already pretty out of the city, to be very honest with you. It's like between here and the city, there is a bit of nothing. There is a bit of nothing. Like Dutch cities, for example, you know, this could be part of a city, right? Like, but here it's really already considered a countryside, although it's in the same, you know. Yeah, it's not Tainan anymore either. We're in Gwaden. It's a different place, but it's like the station is probably like, I am not entirely sure, like around 14 kilometers from the city, basically 13, 14, whatever it exactly is. I'm not too sure. Yeah, so if people like it, if people are interested, then I can really show a lot, because I've been here I actively lived here for like around 8 years, and in those 8 years I've really seen a lot. Afterwards, the past 10 years were a bit whatever they were, right? But actually I've also been around the place for like many times. So I know, like, so there is another temple. Can you see it? I'm not entirely sure, because today is a very bright day. I'm not entirely sure how watchable it is or anything. But there is another temple there. Shall we go and try to... There are some lanterns. Shall we go and try to see what made you decide to stay so long? What life used to be better here than it was in the Netherlands? If you see my face, I am... This is going to sound a bit, you know, a bit out there, but like, shall we try and see if we can enter that one? Let's just look and see. So I came here to study Chinese. Originally, I'm a Chinese major, like Chinese studies. So I came here to study Chinese. Decided to stay another day. In the first year, it was all pretty innocent and simple, but so I decided to stay for another year. And then I just stayed longer and longer. And the biggest decision was actually, back in the day, I decided to go back to university here and not in the Netherlands. Because I knew that in the Netherlands there would be, you know, the first 20 years of my life were a bit of a complicated issue. A lot of abuse. Let's not get there too much, but you know. all kinds of weird stuff. And then when I was here for around two years, I decided that to stay here longer, and then I stayed longer. So yeah, and at some point you don't really know anymore what to do, because yeah, you know. Originally, I wanted to teach. I thought that I could teach chess here. I used to be a chess player, and I used to be, not anymore, but I'm still in the top 3 or something. But I used to be the strongest chess player by far on the island. So normally that's a pretty easy job, basically. You know, if you're the strongest in a sport that people want to learn, and that people are interested in, and they are interested in it, then you have an easy job. But it didn't happen. It's very short. It's yeah. But now I do IRL streaming as a job, right? So Taiwan, that was just, I studied Chinese, ended up here. I thought I would leave. The original plan was to leave, and then go to mainland China, go back to the Netherlands, graduate, you know, blah blah blah. Probably climb the corporate ladder or something. But that all didn't happen. So here, we saw one similar to these the other day. Right, but let's see if we can go inside this one. Let's see. Oh, there's a flower field. Probably can. There are many of these. Like really, like many. And as you can see, they pop up at the weirdest places. There's probably some feng shui, you know, like they do some. They look at the mountains and the water, basically, right, and the wind, and then they decide on that. It's called feng shui, and that's how they decide to build whole cities, basically, or like, you know, these places. And there's also some local stuff. Many believe that there is some local god somewhere. I never really know what it exactly is. I'm not a huge, like, you know, Buddhist or Taoist expert, but like, yeah. So there is a little friendly fella, right? Yeah, so these are lanterns. These are what you normally see. So the other day, the one I did, those were like painted by the local kindergarten and elementary school kids, right? Here they say 国泰民安. So it says like peace to the. How do you translate it? Like peace to the people or something like that. Peace for people, or peaceful. They all say the same thing. So this is like probably a Qilin, mythical beast. Good to everyone, and the beer bread. So this is the big temple. Shall we just have a quick look? 地缘发什么？发交道吗? I can't read it very well. 地缘 means, so this type of Chinese I'm not very good at, but 地缘 means like the land around here, basically. The 地缘, the original, like 地 is like ground or land or whatever, and 原地 was it 道教发源地. So this is a Taoist temple. This is a Taoist temple. I have, you know, you can see the Taoist stuff is always a bit more grumpy, so to say. I don't understand much of it, but so you can see that the incense is still burning. So people have just been praying here not too long ago. See, so this is how they pray. Again, they make a wish and then they put it inside. They do or say a prayer or something like that. So our big guards. Right? Real quickly, there's someone inside actually. Oh. So it's a bit weird. The one I said the entrance earlier. Actually, it says it's this. 所以武当山上帝庙. So there is apparently a mountain here called Wudang, and then the god, the temple god. 从子君庙重建月捐为了方明路. I have no idea what that means. So yeah. There is someone like sitting there. So this is I'm not sure how well you can see it, but this is, there are many of these in this area of the world. Many. Like really many, with a capital M. Yeah. 不好意思，先生，可以进去吗？可以。哦。So we can go in. So I learned the other day that you have to enter from the right. So yeah. So this is what it looks like. All right. It looks very similar to the other temple. These two are very similar. There is a flower field. Let's look at the flowers. So I have no idea what this is for, to be honest. So yeah, I'll read a bit about it. We can visit. I'll learn a bit about it and visit some other ones and then actually tell you what it's about. But it's a bit difficult because they're all a bit different. They're all for something slightly different, right? The motion makes it a little pixely sometimes, so yeah. Ah, okay. We'll visit many these things. Trust me, more often. I saw on the VOD as well that it's the stabilizing filter, basically. The stabilizing filter really does influence the detail a little bit. So I have to I have to. What you're saying is 100% correct. I have to stand still for a second, and then it will work. So you're right. Next time we have. Don't worry about that. We have like enormous amount of opportunities to visit this type of places. There are like a million here. So really, don't worry. I'll show you guys a bit better. You know. Yeah, sorry about that. It's a bit. IRL is a bit complicated. PC streaming is not a big deal, but IRL really is a bit complicated. But don't worry about it. I'll show you. There are many like bigger and smaller temples, Buddha statues, whatever you want, right? It's like, so this is really countryside view. I hadn't seen this before. We're gonna look at some rice field. So I have to be a bit more patient, basically, right? So I'm gonna show you guys. So this is more really like, it can get much more countryside than this, but this is already like pretty much. Wudang San Miao. So yeah. So there is a shortcut to here, basically. It is, yeah, it's a lot of testing, and but you know, my equipment is really, like I said earlier, it's like the cheapest of the cheapest stuff. So it's not really, you know, it has its limitations, obviously. Like I really need to add a stabilizer, otherwise it's just unwatchable, etc., etc. But even watching helps already a lot, guys. So if you enjoy it, you know, was he? I didn't even notice. If you enjoy it, then yeah. So this is what it looks like. You can see a mountain in the distance, and so this is really like welcome to the Taiwanese countryside. This is really what it is. So yeah, it's quickly. So there is stuff. There is 欢迎来临武当山上帝庙. So welcome to this place. 欢迎来. Okay. Yeah. So the sign we saw earlier, actually, it pointed to this temple, like in the very beginning of the stream. If you still remember, there was a sign that said there is an entrance, right? We were walking on the main road. And yeah, and here they say all kinds of stuff. I'm not sure how much I would understand. Yeah. Oh, there is